Greetings. So much joy, so much love to you. And my name is Primal Sun with the Primal Sun Foundation. So today we're gonna discuss a topic based on the primordial blueprint and how it connects with nature and the elements, because this is the foundation of the principles that guide us through this primordial blueprint back to our center and our full, completely self-realized self. So again, thank you so much. And we're going to get right into it. Basically, nature and the elements are what we all have in common. It is found within us and it is found around us, meaning that it supports this body from within and from without. So why is nature and why are the elements so important? Well, again, because we can all relate to them. If we get down to the fundamental way of life, which is not necessarily in the cities where everything is catered to us, but if we had a life where we had to work, where we had to actually be responsible for staying warm, for having clean water, for growing our own food. And what do I mean? I mean that right now we have a sense of responsibility where we need to pay the bills in order to have these things. But before the energy was manipulated in a way where all you had to do was pay for these things, you had to work for these things. You lived in nature and you had to be in harmony with your environment and know where to gather the resources for the day, for the month, for the year, for the season you're in, because nature also has these seasons that teach us and take us through different cycles of our life. And so this is why nature is so important. Nature is our teacher. Nature is our guide. Nature is at the center of our hearts because this is what supports us. This is our mother. And within nature being our mother, the Father is also present because the Father has planted the seeds for us to grow. So each element is very important, very unique to life. We cannot live without water. We cannot even be clean without water. We cannot make medicines. We need water. We need water. But just because we need water in this modern day age, we think we need it to come out the spout. We need it from the store. But all of these, what comes out of your spout in your home or what is bottled at the store is not the source. It is bottled at the source. It comes from the source, but we don't even know where the source is. We don't know where the source of the water is. We don't know where the headwaters is. We don't know how this water comes from the earth because we're not in connection with it anymore. And it's been a while since we have been, especially in this modern age. So the teachings fundamentally are connecting back to the source of the water, the source of the earth, the source of the fire. See, the source of the water is the mountain, is the spring. And, even knowing that there's water underground rivers and there's water that also surfaces out of the mountain and bring life to that mountain, to that area. And you can see this because all ancient cultures were settled or cultivated near waters for farming, for overall cleanliness, for life, for quenching that thirst of the soul. And that's the symbolism of water, is that it quenches our thirst. It gives us life. So now each element has these teachings. And if we can connect to each element and each teacher, each principle, each offering that this element gives us, then we can actually begin to understand life in a deeper way, as in what is really necessary for us to survive and to thrive, because these elements are the key for both. We're not just surviving with water, we can thrive off of water. We can have all our needs met with water if we were to honor this water in that way. We don't just survive with fire, but we can thrive off of fire. We can power. Fire is power. And of course, we're not just surviving with the earth, we can thrive with the earth. We can create an abundance of earth where we're in sustainability with the earth, in communication, in communion, in relationship with the earth, where we can actually harmonize and give back, and have her give us, and give her and have her give us, and continue not destroying the soil, but rebuilding and refertilizing the entire planet. And then with the air is so important, because the air is what we need to really fulfill our lungs, which is our life, which is our breath. And we all know what the breath can do. So, again, just looking deeper into nature and what she shows us and what she gives us, so that we can live a more fulfilled life. Because it's not about how many things we accumulate in life. It's about how do we work with what we have in life. Because what we have is what we need. What you have is what you need. Everything in our environment is what we need in order to fulfill ourselves. And sometimes it may not be present in the environment. It may not be present necessarily right now. But knowing that the earth provides will allow you to break through the limitations of what you don't have right now, or what you may need right now. So again, this connects on a physical and spiritual level. The primordial blueprint is catering to all aspects of life: physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. They're all different components that make us whole. And through understanding each individual one, we can integrate it into the greater one, which is our life, which is in us, which is creator, which is God's source. So knowing that nature has, in a sense, divided itself into the four directions, into the four corners, so that we can see life no matter where we are. Because sometimes we'll take a left turn or right turn, we'll go north or we'll go south, but we'll still find the answer there, because that nature has created itself in the way where the source, the light, the creator is in everything. So no matter where you look, you may find it. But we are now coming into the awareness, and we're bringing forth this wisdom where, yes, the answer's in everything, and this is exactly what it's pointing to. So if you go too far off to the right, or to the east, or to the water, you may need to warm that water up for some tea, for some nettle, for some medicine, and you need fire. And this is symbolic of what is happening inside you. We drift off too much to one side, then we'll need to call in that opposing force, or balancing force more say, to bring us back into harmony and full realization once again. So this is just on a more so practical, physical way I'm speaking right now, giving these examples, but understanding that these examples of how we live our life can actually bring us deeper into our spiritual life, or our spiritual self, our spiritual connection with the divine. So we lay out this blueprint because we say it's fundamental, due to the reason that it is the basis of how we can go on now. So once we completely get the teachings of the elements, then we can move more easily through life, knowing that we're even throughout the day there's seasons. So there's different moods, there's different challenges, there's different circumstances throughout your day. So there's different things being asked of you throughout the day. And so not being so rigid to just being one thing, just being this one essence, but knowing that you don't actually lose yourself if you go to the next essence of who you are. You are all of the essences of who you are. You are all the directions. And life is asking you to open up and be more fluid when necessary, and be more structured when necessary, and let go when necessary, and to call in and take a hold of when necessary. You see, so there's all these different points of our life, and what we're doing is simply bringing that to the forefront, that hey, this is life, and this is the game, or this is the play, and this is how, I don't want to say you win, but this is how you win, basically. But there's nothing to win, outside of yourself. Okay, there's nothing to win materialistically or externally. What you win is back your soul. You win your remembrance. You win your God self again, because with the wisdom, you can now apply action to that and have fun. And it might not always be have fun. It might get to work. It might, you know, create something, do something. So we're removing the limitations of our mind, and we're bringing the mind and the heart at the center of our being, so that we can really connect with life in a deeper way. This is all about a deeper connection with life. This is all about a deeper understanding of life. Why are these leaves changing? Why are the leaves falling? Why is the sun, not as strong anymore? What do all these things mean? And so we have taken it upon ourselves to find out these meanings of life, because they have always been known, but they have been lost along the way. Our ancestors, who were connected to the earth in this way, who came here to serve her in this way, to also serve their culture, their tribes in this way, with the remembrance of God's source here, now, in the earth, on the earth. And so this is what's happening right now, is that we are, the only thing to do in life is to be in harmony with life, because then everything comes from that. If you're not coming from a place of harmony, of total understanding, of complete wisdom and refined knowledge, then you are not creating a harmony within the earth, meaning therefore your service is not being fully fulfilled on this earth, because ultimately our service is, peace, balance, correct conduct, harmony, these things. Harmony is what we're here to do, to reharmonize earth, because we all know there has been so much plague. There's even a plague right now. There's so much hurt and rape and death and disease that has really run rampant on this planet, because we as humans have not understood the primordial blueprint, the primordial teachings, the fundamental energies that create us, and why we have to respect them, why we should respect them, why we need to respect these energies, because they love us so much that they are here for us whether we are completely conscious or not. The water is still in service to you, the fire is still in service to you, the heat in your house is still in service to you, the earth is still feeding you, the air is still giving you substance, and they're still here. They've always been here. They have always been here, and they will always be here, and they are here now. But where are we in our consciousness as human beings? Where have we gone in our consciousness as human beings? What have we forgotten? And I firmly know, and I firmly feel that once we get a full understanding of these things, or teachings, or elements, energies, primordial energies, then we can actually start to rebuild our life as a society, as humans, as a tribe, as a commune, as warriors, as Buddhas, as lovers, as medicine men and women, earth keepers. Now, these are actually what I just mentioned are the 4 archetypes, the 4 original or main archetypes in the primordial blueprint, which is the Buddha or the saint, which is the lover, which is the medicine man, the earth keeper, the shaman, and the warrior. And this is the blueprint of how all directions of life, they're all connected to our direction. The Buddha is in the north. The Buddha is the eternal wisdom, the direction of the wisdom, because the Buddha goes beyond. The Buddha goes beyond its limitations to know the truth, and we all are called to do that in our life, to know the truth, to go beyond, to feel the truth. And in the West is the warrior, is the fire, is death, is transmutation. These experiences in our life that call us to be strong, to have some sort of discipline, some sort of value, to stand for something. And to the east is the lover, is the water, is the deer, is the communication, is the emotional aspects of our life, our relationships, our loving relationships, our wife, our children. And how these are asking us to be more soft and supple and understanding and more fluid with the ever-changing aspects of our day-to-day life. And then in the south is the shaman, the medicine man, the earth keeper, because this is the traditions, this is the music, this is the ceremonies, this is the rituals. These are what we have stored inside the earth, our ancient selves, and now we've come here to remember that and to dance on this earth in a way that we know how to carry out our sacred traditions and keep these traditions alive. So this is just a very, again, rough, not to say, sanded down. Definitely, these are the 4 directions, 4 archetypes, the 4 elements, and these teachings. This is just the beginning, y'all. I just want to say this is just the beginning. We're gonna go deep into each single archetype, into all the archetypes together, into the polarities, into the how to work in harmony and full completion of life. So I want to say that is the importance of nature and the elements, is that we get to breathe. So let's just give thanks and honor for that. Thank you so much. Primal Sun with the Primal Sun Foundation. I thank you for watching this video, and I love you so much.